Hey, what's up, guys? It's Luke, and you're watching Luke the Gathering. Thanks for being here and checking out the channel. I just got back from Friday Night Magic, and it is actually St. Patrick's Day, so I got green on. Fun times. So, anyways, the draft was fun. Phyrexia, we drafted that, and man, I thought I drafted a pretty decent deck, but didn't do well with it. I got 1 and 2. The deck just didn't perform that well, even though I really feel like this was a solid deck. Again, I was in Gruul, which is red and green. I went 3-0 with a Gruul deck not too long ago, but this time, not so lucky. Even though, man, I got a huge bomb, not in Gruul colors, but I splashed for it. It was in the thumbnail, and it was this Elesh Norn. Pulled an Elesh Norn, pack 3, pick 1, had to splash it in. Sadly, never got to play the card. It just never came into my hand, which I will be honest with you, and this happens a lot. You get flooded with land, and I got flooded a lot. My opening hands actually had lots of mana in it, and to be honest, usually I'm not flooding. I have the opposite problem. I don't have enough lands. Land screwed. And it was just a weird situation today where I felt like I always had land but nothing to play. Maybe I had sorceries or instants, but no creatures to play. So I'm actually kind of glad I actually got even one win. Gave my packs away to someone at the store. Fun times. Let's take a look at the deck. I actually think it's pretty decent, and we'll just check it out. So let's flip the camera around right now. Alright, well, first I want to talk about these basic lands. I try to find some cool basic lands every time, but I've been using these from Dominaria Remastered. They just look so good, and I love the old school look of these lands. I have a big set of these, so I pull them out when I play. Some people have the secret layer stuff, and that's really great too, but love the look of these. They look like really just high contrast versions of the original stuff. Okay, here's the deck, and check it out. It's Elesh Norn, Mother of Machines, never got her out. 4/7, extraordinarily difficult card to beat, unless you don't get her out. Salvo, Rebel Salvo is actually great. 5 damage is really good, because Volt only does 3. This does 5, so it can kill bigger things when you really need to. Oil Gorger Troll is an okay card. It did help me survive a little bit, even though I lost most of my games. But this was not hard to get out most of the time. Furnace Strider is usually just a beast for me. Comes in and just tramples over things, but I found myself on the back foot a lot. I wasn't on the play quite often, and when that wasn't happening, you just can't push forward. You're like trying to defend, and this deck is definitely an aggro deck, and when it can't push forward, it doesn't do well. Cultivator, this is also an oil deck, and so, good 1-drop for that. Hunter's Maze, Chimney Rabble, I really like. Hasty, 3/3, gives you also a 1/1. Hazardous Blast, obviously, great finishing card. Fuseling, again, more oil synergies. Never really got this card in the opening hand. It's always like turn 3-4. It doesn't do a whole lot at that point. The Anointer, I feel like this could be a good card, but again, didn't work out. Hardly ever drew this card. Skysynth Engulfer, this actually won me one of my games, not the round, but this big dude was my top curve guy. Here's Volt Charge. What really sucks about Volt Charge is like when you use it and you can't do the proliferate part. Oftentimes I was, like I said, on the back foot. They would be, playing all these creatures, and then I would have to Volt something. And it just didn't work out well. The Vorak was fine. Hexgold Halberd, this is good if you are the aggressor, because you're fighting in first strike trample, but when you're trying to defend because they're coming after you. This is effectively nothing. This card does nothing because it only gives you first strike and trample when it's your turn. When it's not, you're not doing nothing. Predation, great when you have creatures on the field. Chimney Rabble, again, another one of these are great. Evolving Adaptive, this is an amazing card early game. If you can get it down, if it's in your opening hand, but when it's turn 3 and 4, not so good, really. Lattice Blade Mantis, just a really solid card, probably one of the best that I had. Scrap Gorger, this is okay. Mana Dork, it takes a little bit of work to turn it into a 3/3. Diver's Last Stand actually was an all-star today. This saved me a lot of times or kept me alive a little bit longer. Had I been more aggressive, this card probably would have won me a bunch of games by just tipping it over at the very end. But instead I had to use this a lot defensively, which is not what you want to be doing with this card. Same thing with Free from Flesh. Had to use this so many times defensively. I was on the back foot. It felt so bad. Spore Slinger and Furnace Skull Bomb and a Churning Reservoir. Churning Reservoir, when I got this early, it was just crazy good. Just putting oil on everything and winning me the game. So Churning Reservoir actually won me the game, which was feeling great. And that was one of the final rounds. I wish I'd gotten this at other times. I didn't. But those are the breaks. And that was what I did today. Friday Night Magic. Tons of fun. Wish I did better. But there you go. Like I said, I wish I could open the packs and packs. I don't have anything sealed I can open now. And the things that I won, I gave them away. Because someone was feeling a little sad. And I was trying to cheer them up. So out they went. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.